Hi everybody, this is Mike Garner from MrMikeGnosis1 coming to you for your personal growth and spiritual development in a very informal chat this evening. A chat that's going to start a series of chats. I intend to come on a regular basis and just chat, talk, communicate, vibrate, share. And tonight I just want to start by sharing the concepts of self, what we are, what we're not, what we think we are, and what's the relevance of that. We all know about the mind, body, spirit movement. Many years ago, as a motor vehicle technician, as a motor mechanic, I was very practical, very black and white, very inflexible. I was one of those people that said, well, if I can't see it, I don't believe it. And even if I do see it, I'm going to investigate it, because a lot of this woo-woo stuff I'm not sure about. I was brought up through Sunday school and given all sorts of fables and stories that sounded very sort of fantastic, really. The miracles of Jesus. And being born in 1957, my primary school days was in the 60s, where everything was psychedelic, man. And by the time I got into the 70s, the music was all new age, belief systems were new age, there was all sorts of things coming out. Scientology was just a fledgling belief system. There was all sorts of cults, and people were moving away from high church and all sorts of traditional belief systems. You could pick your religion. Kung Fu was on television. People were sort of looking at stuff that Bruce Lee did and taught. In fact, I went into martial arts for that very reason. I was interested in human potential, my potential. I was bullied as a child, and I really wanted to be more than I was at that time. I wasn't strong, I wasn't confident. My parents were beautiful parents, but they didn't prepare me for the adult world. So I went on a quest to find out who I was. Very fortunate that I met some extremely kind, patient, powerful yet humble teachers. I explored many religions. I went from a Church of England church to a Pentecostal church to a Baha'i church, looked at the Quran and Islam, looked at Pentecostal religion, looked at a whole range of things. Eventually, having started with a mixed martial arts, which was mainly jiu-jitsu based, I started to look at Kung Fu and Wing Chun, and eventually mixed martial arts. But I met some people who were gifted in energy. Michael Shea from Qigong International, which was on Portland Street in Manchester, which is where I was born. That guy was like something you'd see in the films. He could do some amazing things. He demonstrated some amazing things. He got invited down to Colwyn Bay Leisure Centre, did a demonstration, and it changed my life. Things I saw him do firsthand, I saw it, and therefore I believed it, and I wanted to be able to do it. So I went to Salford University to a Qigong class and started to learn how to do what is now called airbending, pushing chi, moving energy. And I got to the point where I didn't want to fight, I didn't want to compete. I just was focused on healing because of personal circumstances within my family. My mother, who got smitten with cancer, and I was doing energy healing on her and balancing. and then my father some years on, and then other people that when I moved to North Wales, I set up my own practice, my clinic, and I learned in the Red Taoist Centre, Red Dragon Taoist Centre in Penryn Deudraeth, and then I learned in Halifax and went over to Denmark, sought many masters, many teachers, on a quest to find out who I was, what this is all about, what's fact, what's fiction, what's true, what's bullshit, what's a bullshit, lots of people who say they can do things and they can't, lots of people who say they can do things that aren't true, they tell lies, sometimes they believe the lies. And then I got involved in consciousness. I got involved with the mind. When I got involved with the mind, I realised that the mind is really all we are, and this body is just a vehicle that carries the mind around. So we have this body, and what is this body when you look at a baby? A small future human, potential human. And it grows. How does it grow? How does a baby grow? It multiplies cells, and the fuel for that is stuff that comes out the ground. We eat the stuff that grows out of the ground, comes from the earth, fish, meat, vegetables, which is the fertilizer, the building blocks for us, the body. And then we have a mind. What's the mind? It's a computer, if you like, that stores memories and makes decisions. I actually believe that the brain stores the memories and the mind controls the brain. And the brain makes chemical and electrical impulses throughout the body, and there's an energy field, and if you like, the brain is the processor of that, and the mind controls the brain, and the mind controls the body, and then there's us who control it all. That we aren't the mind, we're not the brain, and we're not the body. We have a mind, we have a brain, we have a body, and we are the person that can control it all. It's hard to prove that, but there are certain things that I could say that might make you consider that as an option. First thing, as I might say, is that if you can change your mind, then you're the person that can change your mind. You're not your mind, you're the person that's just changed it. Should I go left, should I go right? And then once you decide to go right and cross the road, your mind then automatically goes into the automatic program of crossing the road, which you've learned since you were 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. Your body's just waiting for a command, and then it does it automatically. It's a program crossing the road, boiling an egg, making a brew, driving the car, riding a bike. Once the body's learned, the body has its own memory, and it just needs the brain to send a signal to say, yes, do this, no, do that, don't do that. Basically, it's just a robot. What makes us different from a robot is that we're a thinking, evolving robot, and we have an imagination as well. I think in imagination, this creativeness is something that distinguishes us from lower evolved species. But we know that dogs dream. Well, probably most animals dream. So we have consciousness within all living things. We know that animals have a memory, water has a memory, crystals have a memory. Scientifically we know this. And we're crystalline in structure, so we're very complex really. So who are we? We are miraculous, gifted in this life to perform miracles, and it's a miracle that you wake up in the morning and you breathe and all this stuff works, that your eye works, it doesn't pop out. That you don't breathe in too much air and pop your lungs, that you don't put something in your mouth and vomit and implode. Everything everything is finely tuned, finely balanced, that all the bacteria in your body balances, doesn't destroy you too quickly. That we actually can walk upright in a poised, balanced way, that we can see, and we have integrity and control. That's a miracle. We are walking biological miracles. That's who we are. That's what we have access to as individuals. So Michael Garner or Mike Garner or Mr Mike Garner, whatever you want to call me, that's just a label on this miracle, and your name is a label on your miracle. So honour your miracle and learn about yourself. Discover how to get more control of the miracle that you are, of your mind and body, because you're the controller. And understand that also you can make a contact with every other miracle. You have the ability telepathically, empathically, to radiate as a transmitter to other mortals, animate and inanimate objects. And you also can receive information from them. You can radiate and transmit. This is an animal instinct that we've sort of left behind. Well, most people have. But it's something that's very much dormant within us. Telepathy. And there's other things. There is telekinesis, bilocation, astral travel, out of body, lucid dreaming, psyche, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, energy projection, healing, focused intention, manifestation. These are the miracles that we are capable of being. This is a world that took me 60 years to uncover, discover, refine strategies and structures around. And I'm no guru, I'm a duru. I do it. I can do it on a good day, not every day. And I have bad days. I'm a work in progress, I'm evolving. And I have groups of people and forums and workshops and classes where I share this stuff. But here, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Vimeo, I'm going to keep coming on and sharing this stuff. And I'm going to be going live and sharing this stuff on my Mr Mike Garner Facebook channel. Once a week, maybe more, but at the moment, once a week, I'm going to commit time to share knowledge, gnosis. Never saying that I'm right, never being that arrogant. Just sharing what I've learnt, what I think, what I can do, what I know you can do, and maybe you guys can do far more than me. Tell me, share with me. Let's be in this together, freely. Let's share this knowledge, let's share this love, let's share this passion, let's share this power. Let's make a commitment to be amazing, to honour the miracles that is us in this life, this incarnation, bringing no politics into it. No division, no race, no age, no sex, no creed, no sexuality. We are all equal. I'll talk about that as we go. No judgment, a positive group of sharing powerful stuff, freely, openly, trusting each other on the Mr Mike Garner Facebook channel and YouTube and so many other forums where this is going to be available for you. And I'm open to comment and I'm open to criticism as long as it's positive. So look out for me, Mr Mike Garner, going live and celebrating the miracle of life. God bless.